Are you stupid or something? You probably are, and buddy, that's alright. You're in the right place to learn some stuff, so stick around and you just might. My name is Notme, and I'll be asking some Q's, and at the end you'll be riddled with A's. You might score real high, but even if not, you'll sure be glad you played. If you're looking for prizes, just move along, there's no money for you to earn. You win by trying and doing your best, your prize is the stuff you learn. If you want to be an artiste, you have to know all you can about the world of art. So engage with this quiz, and at the end you'll say, I am smart.
I am not me. I am art. And I am your host for I Am Smart, the quiz where people compete for the right to say, I am smart. By engaging with this quiz, you're accepting that you don't know everything. And that's absolutely fine, okay? Because no one does. For instance, why is it when you come in from the cold, your nose will run and run and run and run for hours? But if you blow your nose, suddenly the runniness just stops. I don't know. If you're anything like me, you don't know everything because you spend less time thinking and more time feeling. Yeah? For instance, I feel like the runny nose thing is your brain just looking to get its own way, like an insolent child. I want you to blow your nose, and if you don't blow your nose, then I'm just going to make your life a misery. Don't push me. Kids. Maybe not, but that's what I feel, so I can't be wrong. The format of the quiz, very, very simple, very straightforward. 5 rounds, 5 questions, 5 musings, 30 points overall. All you're going to need for this quiz, something to write with, something to write on, a brain for thinking, and an imaginosphere for imagining. They will both be tested in this quiz. Optional is a beverage for toasting. I've got a big lovely thing of water here. I always like to start with a little toast. Just kind of brings the group together, I feel, before our mental exertions. I hope that you will have your beverages at the ready so that you can join me in this toast. Here we go. To me, to you, and to the shrew. Old, nagging, belligerent women have attempted to co-opt your name, dear shrew, and we must, as so many minorities have, take the word back. You do you, shrew. Cheers. Double dip. Cheers, TB Douglas. If you're interested in why shrews are so important to protect, bang, there's a shrew right there. Who doesn't want to stick up for this guy, huh? Who doesn't want to stick up for this guy? Look how cute. Look how cute. Hello, Smarties. Is this? No. Is this? No. Is this? There we go. There we go. I hope you enjoyed learning all about all of the original programming on HBO Max. I'm sure it seemed like an advert of sorts, but it's not an advert. As of today, I am still not a spokesman for HBO Max. Only the other day I learned that I was subscribed to HBO Max. Didn't realise that before, realise that now. They do make it very difficult to work out. But by working for it, by having to go down some kind of rabbit hole in order to log into HBO Max and find out whether you are in fact eligible to log into HBO Max, it feels all the sweeter once you get there, yeah? I felt as I imagine Howard Carter felt when he discovered Tutankhamun's tomb. Anyway, my point with showing you all of the exclusive programming on HBO Max is to revel in the amount of art out there, guys, because even in these trying times, and boy, are they trying, there is enough stuff being made that I can show you a 5-minute long scrolling list of shows that I am confident 95% of them you had never even heard of. Art's not going anywhere, guys. It's all good. My thanks as ever to Wikipedia for providing the information. How are we all doing here? How are we all doing? TB Douglas has subscribed at tier 3 for 6 months in advance. I don't know what that means. Okay, so with the affiliate stuff, there's a lot of stuff going on with that. We're going to have to do it piecemeal because I just don't understand everything that's going on. Subscribing, I believe, is a good thing. And so I thank you, TB Douglas. That's a wonderful, wonderful thing, and I thank you for that. I saw that Nana Hobub has subscribed with Prime, which if you're an Amazon Prime person, you can do that, and it doesn't cost you anything. And it just allows me to take a little bit of money from Jeff Bezos. So if that's something that you're into, then might as well jump in with that. Something that I have worked out to some degree, although there are still going to be teething issues with it. If you look directly underneath your chat, there's a little bubble thing, and that counts as your drops of imaginosphere. As you watch, as you comment, as you interact, you will earn more drops of imaginosphere, and you'll be able to redeem those drops of imaginosphere in interesting ways. You'll be able to highlight a message. You'll be able to do other kinds of things. I've tried to come up with some of them don't really make sense. One of them is to hydrate, but I mean, gosh, guys, we all know that I hydrate pretty well anyway. But we'll work. So these are just things that you're going to accrue by being clever enough to watch my livetainment. But there's lots of things that are going to be going on that we're going to be learning about this together. We're going to be learning about this together, and by doing so, I think our bond is going to get ever deeper, ever deeper. So hello, Nana Hobub. Hello, definitely not Duda. Hello, TB Douglas, and thank you again for subscribing. Sarah Kilch, cheers. Peppersaw, what a shrew toast. It was a shrewy toast, wasn't it? Should we see that shrew again? Look at that. That is an elephant shrew, which is technically not a shrew, but because it still has the name shrew, I did feel confident and able to use it. Killer Kilch, cheers. Major signing issues. Glad to be here. Glad you're here, Killer. Glad you're here. Wouldn't have felt the same without you. Love HBO Max. Watch Love Life with Anna Kendrick. I'll watch anything with Anna Kendrick. She is, I think, from efficiency-wise, one of the most entertaining people out there because she's very entertaining and she is one of the smallest people I've ever seen. So in terms of entertaining per square inch, I mean, she's right up there. Terry Crews is a wonderfully talented guy, but he's really working at a disadvantage when looking at that specific metric. You girl, Sarah Kilch, who wouldn't want to earn imaginospheres? Absolutely. Absolutely. And with each drop, your imaginosphere can just get filled up and you can do wonderful things with it. Have we talked for long enough? Yeah, I think we've talked for long enough. Do you want to go for a yay or nay? Yeah, I want to go for a yay or nay. Let's just do it. Wait, no, that didn't work. Oh, okay. And that looks weird. This is going to keep on happening then, isn't it? Yep. We're going to be learning together, guys. We're going to be learning together. Yes, we are. So this is yay or nay. In order to be a great artiste, you must be able to discern lies from truth, okay? Lies from truth. I'm going to give you 5 statements, guys. 5 statements, but do you believe them? If you do, you write yay. If you don't, you write nay. It couldn't be more straightforward. As ever, the round subject is chosen by the high scorer of last week's quiz. Last week, of course, definitely not Duda. Continued a reign of terror by getting the high score and chose whiskey, a type of distilled alcoholic beverage made from fermented grain mash. Various grains, which may be malted, are used for different varieties, including barley, corn, rye, and wheat. Whiskey is typically aged in wooden casks, generally made of charred white oak, but I'm sure I don't need to explain that to you. Nana Hobbob has highlighted a message, learning. We're all learning together, Nana. We're all learning together. That is fancy, isn't it, TB? That is fancy. I enjoy that a lot. That's wonderful. Gosh, we're all just getting to know our new toys, aren't we, really? It's like Christmas morning. So I've come up with 5 statements vis-a-vis whiskey in art Let's see whether you believe them. Statement number 1. Let's kick this quiz off right. Got to get out of the way of this one. Whiskey was a track from the second album from Loggins and Messina entitled Loggins and Messina. The first names of Loggins and Messina are Kenny and Chris, respectively. I'll say that one again. Whiskey was a track from the second album from Loggins and Messina entitled Loggins and Messina. The first names of Loggins and Messina are Kenny and Chris, respectively. Kenny Loggins, Chris Messina. Do you believe that? Yay? Nay? Yay? Nay? What do you think? What do you think? Just write it down on your piece of paper or on your, etching it into the wall in a prison cell or, whatever it is, wherever it is that you are writing your answers. Get it down. Yay or nay? What do you think? What do you think? Statement number 2. In Parks and Recreation, Leslie Knope sends Ron Swanson, both characters from Parks and Recreation, to visit a whiskey distillery in Scotland called Lagavulin. Lagavulin. Yay or nay? What do you think? Do you believe that? It disappears. Why would that be? Because that's a blue light. One of the little rewards for the drops of imaginosphere is to change the light bulb colour, which I think is going to work a lot better on most week shows, because this we have to have the big light on in order for the green screen to work. So if you're thinking of redeeming some things for the light bulb one, you can. I'm not going to stop you by any means, but it might not be as impressive as you think it will be. Save it for Sunday. That's going to be better. Statement number 3. In Lost in Translation, Bill Murray's character is in Tokyo to film a commercial for Hatozaki whiskey. Hatozaki whiskey. Obviously a famous Japanese whiskey company. But is that true? Is everything in this statement true? In Lost in Translation, Bill Murray's character is in Tokyo to film a commercial for Hatozaki whiskey. What do we think? What do we think? What do we think? Statement number 4. A painting of a bottle of whiskey sold last week. Yeah, that's right. We're getting topical with this. Current affairs, guys. A painting of a bottle of whiskey sold last week for nearly £1 million. The artist? Winston Churchill. Really? Winnie Church? As may well have been his nickname. Winnie Church doing some arting? Good luck to him if so. If not, then it's a nay. That's how it works. That is how it works. And then the final statement of this round. TB Douglas says, love Leslie Knope, Killer Kilt for Leslie is awesome. A lot of Leslie Knope fans here. Well done. It's a wonderful show. Terrifically funny. Got some lovely love stories in it, which I'm sure you'll agree is why we are all watching sitcoms. Statement number 5. Famed Russian composer Igor Stravinsky, who wrote, all of his famous ones, once said, "My God, so much I like to drink scotch that sometimes I think my name is Igor Strawinsky." Is that true? Did Igor Stravinsky once give himself the name Igor Strawinsky based upon his love of whiskey? Did that happen? That's too bright. That's better. I like that. And that's the final statement. So that means the round's over, right? Wrong. Of course, we have That's an M made out of fingers. Stands for amusing. The musing here, guys, the musing for this first round. You're in a film. You're sitting in a bar having a drink with your ex. Your character must down the dregs of a glass of whiskey, say a line, and leave the bar. What line does your character say? You know me, guys. I'm not one for bigging myself up too much. I'm a pretty humble dude. Probably the most humble guy you know. But I have to tell you this. The musings that we have, I mean, this is episode 20 now. This is anything that ends with a 0 must be important. And this is a very important episode because it's episode 20. And I really think I've outdone myself with the musings here. That your imaginospheres are going to be tested in a most profound way. And I hope you're looking forward to it, because I am. They're going to be great. They're going to be great. Okay, what I'm going to do quickly is I'm going to try and sort these things out, because I moved some things around on my computer. And in doing so, messed some things up, but I think that's going to be fine. I think that's going to be fine. So that was the first round. Done. Congratulations. Well done. I love you all. On to the rando round. But what's the rando round going to be this week? Hopefully this transition's going to tell you. Song lyrics, baby. Song lyrics. It's your least favourite round to be in, but my most favourite round to judge and hear those musings. You know what the musing's going to be. I'm going to hold that one off just for a second. But these are all lyrics. Did I write that? No, I didn't write that. Killer Kilch, enjoying the cooler weather. I am not me, I am art. I am enjoying the cooler weather, yes. Look, because I'm able to keep my host... Yeah, I'm glad. I like the jacket staying on. Me too. I just think it gives me a professional edge, you know? It gives me a professional edge that, obviously, my boy Alex... Wait, where is he? No, because that changed as well. My boy Alex, my boy Alex. Look at him. He's wearing a jacket, so I've got to wear a jacket as well. Okay? This is my sign of respect for all the game show hosts, quiz show hosts that have come before me. I like it. Yeah. I'm glad that it's a little cooler. But once it gets into March again and those balmy temperatures hit up, I mean, this is Seattle after all. I live in Seattle. Sad. I know, Killer. I know. But by putting on incredible quiz shows like this, I Am Smart, we honor Alex in the way that Alex would want. And the way that he would want this to be honored in this round would be for you to be able to identify Beatles songs. All of these songs are going to be by the Beatles. If you're not a fan of the Beatles, you can probably have a guess. If you don't even know enough about them to have a guess, maybe have a word with yourself. They are one of the most highly regarded bands in history. And that's for a reason, you know. That amount of people can't like something and it not be good. Yeah? So each one of these is going to be a Beatles song. It will be in the... all of them are from a Rolling Stone magazine's list of the top 10 Beatles songs. So I'm not going to be going for any crazy like B-sides or deep album tracks, okay? These are going to be the big hitters. The big hitters from the Beatles. Each, I'm going to give you a couple of lines of lyrics from the song. You just need to write down what song it is. And they're all by the Beatles, so you're not going to get any points for writing down the artist, okay? Question number 1, or set of lyrics number 1, I suppose. I look at you all, see the love there that's sleeping. Killer, we have you now. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Killer. Thank you. Oh, I should put a 1. There we go. I look at you all, see the love there that's sleeping. You girls, Sarah Kilch, I feel there might be a trick to this. Well, the trick would be to look up the Rolling Stone list of top 10 Beatles songs. Then you've kind of got a pretty decent shot there. I would ask you not to. I would say that's not really in keeping with the spirit of this quiz. I'm giving you a lot of respect, guys, by allowing you to mark your own quizzes. You know, a lot of people told me that I shouldn't. A lot of people said, no, people are going to abuse the system. I said, no, not the smarties. The smarties are going to do this right. Yeah? And if you do well, if you do not so well, as long as you're doing it right. Yeah, that's what Alex would want. I look at you all, see the love there that's sleeping. That's number 1. What Beatles song is that? Number 2. He say I know you. You know me. One thing I can tell you is you got to be free. You got to be free. Written, obviously, by an Englishman, by Lennon and McCartney. But the obsession with freedom would suggest that an American. So they had that transatlantic appeal, didn't they? They had that transatlantic appeal. So number 3. Which Beatles song are these lyrics from? For though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. For though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. What Beatles song is that? And it does help sometimes, I find, in these types of lyric-based situations, just to sing it through. It's also sometimes just fun to sing. And if you're going to sing, might as well sing a Beatles song. Because as I say, the vast majority of people do consider them to be a terrific band. And you should always go with the masses. It's just a little rule that I've led my life by. In terms of opinions. Number 4. Which Beatles song are these lyrics from? And when I touch you, I feel happy inside. It's such a feeling that my love I can't hide. And when I touch you, I feel happy inside. It's such a feeling that my love I can't hide. What Beatles song is that from? What Beatles song is that from? And then the final Beatles song. Which Beatles song is this? Found my way downstairs and drank a cup. And looking up, I noticed I was late. Found my way downstairs and drank a cup. And looking up, I noticed I was late. Thank you, Beatles, for those songs. Thank you, Beatles. Appreciate that, babes. Now, I know the lyrics ones are sometimes tricky. Are there any ones that people would like to see again? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Okay? One and three, says Killer. 1 and 3. Number 1. Look at you all. See the love there. That's sleeping. I look at you all. See the love there that's sleeping. Very evocative lyrics. I don't know exactly what they mean, but you feel them, don't you? You feel them. And then number 3. For though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. For though they may be parted, there's still a chance that they will see. Let's get that musing, and you know what it's going to be. Complete this lyric. You know what... Pterodactyl, I will get to that in a second, absolutely. Complete this lyric. You know I love you, baby. No one loves you more than I. Give me another 2 lines to finish off that. Could be a verse, could be a chorus. We don't know. You know I love you, baby. No one loves you more than I. Makes me palpably excited knowing what incredible lyrics are going to be coming through the screen. Number 5 Pterodactyl. Number 5 Pterodactyl was found my way downstairs and drank a cup. Looking up, I noticed I was late. Found my way downstairs and drank a cup. And looking up, I noticed I was late. And then those lyrics again that you've got to complete, guys. Turning this one over to you guys. You know I love you, baby. No one loves you more than I. Leave that one on the screen for just a few seconds while I sort these out. And that's the end of that round. That is the end of that round. I hope you enjoyed it because I had a blast. Close. As an artiste, you need to keep your eyes open, yeah? There's inspiration flying at you at all times. How are you going to feel, guys? How are you going to feel if a spellbinding idea just passed you by and you didn't even realise because you were too busy daydreaming about what Jason Biggs is doing right now, this very second? Really annoyed. That's how. So I'm about to show you some incredible art, one of my past videos, and when I do, I want you to look close, yeah? Because there's going to be questions on it afterwards. As ever, well, not as ever, but this... yesterday, I think, today or yesterday or the day before, we moved into a different star sign period. And you know what that means. We are going to be checking in with the naked astrologer, Notme, and we're going to be learning about Sagittarius. He's going to be giving you some great advice. So please look close as we learn about Sagittarius. Enjoy.
I am not me, I am art, and I am reading the stars like the menu at a Taco Bell, with a little bit of drool. This month, the sun is moving into the realm of Sagittarius, so all of you members of the Sagittarian Brotherhood, prick up your ears. I'm about to make some predictions that'll put some cocaine on your mirror tile. I don't advocate drugs, I'm just aware of their existence in the world and utilise them as themes in my work, so just cool your jets. Let's get naked.
Do you retro? Thanks to Mars. That's the theme of this month, guys. And when I say retro, of course I mean old people. The elderly. And the key to your happiness and success this month is for you to talk to one of them, just one of them, and have a little chat. I know. Gross, right? But it will make them feel better, and if you're lucky, they might tell you a funny story mixed in, with all of the rambling nonsense. And your reward for this selfless act of friendliness is that an old flame will get in touch. And whether you welcome them back with open arms or shun them viciously
bringing them to tears, you'll feel great about it. Anyway, your lucky number this month is 9. Your lucky artiste is the film director with all of the imagination and none of the smiles, Christopher Nolan. And your lucky beverage is soup, which I think technically qualifies. Sagittarius, that's your month. Live it, won't you?
If you have any issues with your reading, please listen to me when I say I'm in no way responsible for the content. It's not like I'm making this stuff up, guys. Come on.
Now you've finished that.
And there we go. There we go. So let's get to these questions nice and quick so it's all just fresh in the mind. Question number 1. What group does Notme say all Sagittarians belong to? What group does Notme say all Sagittarians belong to? Question number 2. How does Notme use drugs in his work? How does Notme use drugs in his work? And I'll give you a clue. He doesn't use drugs by using drugs, yeah? He's creative enough without them. Question number 3. What planet is referenced by Notme? What planet is referenced by Notme? Question 4. What might happen to your former flame if you shun them? When I say shun, I mean like really shun. Really shun. And the final question of this round, what's the lucky beverage? What is the lucky beverage? You want amusing? Yeah, of course you want amusing. It's part of the reason why you show up to these flippin' things. I'll give you amusing. Who is your favourite famous person 60 and above? Who is your favourite famous person 60 and above? Of course, it dwindles. Your pool dwindles because a lot of people, don't really enjoy looking at or listening to old people. So once people, famous people, celebrities hit a certain age, they tend to get the big E, elbow. But, there are still a few. And I don't know who's your favourite famous person 60 and above. I was going to say old, but then old is, is pretty subjective, guys. And there we go. That's the look close round. You know which one we've got coming up next. It's time to shine a spotlight, right? I got you. I got you with that one, didn't I? Just making it a bit more visual. But who is the artist this week that is getting the spotlight placed on them? Because let me tell you something, guys. Game recognizes game. And as an artiste, you have to be willing to shine a light on the work of other artists and be nice about it. Yeah? That way, if they want to be polite, and Lord knows they should, they have to say nice stuff about your art. Circle of life. This week, the spotlight falls on Lucy. What are you doing back here? It's not you. You had your week. Yes, you are lovely looking, and we do all enjoy looking at you, but we can't answer questions on you every week. Lucy. No, instead, so it's far less attractive. It's Ed Sheeran, the ginger acoustic rapping person from Ipswich in England. He is young, very rich, and terrifically talented. Yeah, we're going to be learning all about Ed Sheeran. Now, I try to make these artists as globally successful as possible, but I'm aware that he is, he's a little bit English, and some of you Americans might not know that much about him. I try to make the questions, therefore, ones that you might be able to guess. You might be able to guess even if you don't know them. So, and if you don't know them, you will after the thing. Nana Hobbob says few. Peppersaw says ew. So a divided pool of Smarties so far. We'll see whether people change their minds about him once they get to know him a little bit more. Yeah? Once they get to know him a little bit more. Question number 1. One of Ed Sheeran's biggest 2011 songs shares its name with an iconic 80s American action TV show. What is it? What is it? What is it? Question number 2. What is the intended pronunciation of Ed Sheeran's second album? It's that. How are you supposed to pronounce that? Sarah Kelch, this might be my redeeming category. I'm pleased. I'm glad. That's wonderful. You want to get a nice, everybody, having their time to shine. I truly believe that. Question number 3. Name any film or TV project in which Ed Sheeran has performed as a character. Now, this is film, this is TV, this is in person, this is just lending his voice. But anytime he's been in something where he hasn't been himself, even if it's a fictional portrayal of himself, that doesn't count. For example, he was in the film Yesterday. But he was playing himself, so that does not count. Okay? So if you write Yesterday, you're really setting yourself up for failure, because I'm telling you explicitly that is not a correct answer for this question. Just need one. One thing that he's been in where he has not been Ed Sheeran. Question number 4. Ed Sheeran collaborated on his close friends' albums Red and Redemption. Who is she? Yeah, he's got friends who are girls. Girlfriends. But in the not in the... Nana Hobbob, can I put down Yesterday? No, you're confused. I mentioned Yesterday as an example of one that wouldn't count, in fact, because whilst he is acting in it, and he is saying things that were written down in a script, fiction, narrative, much like A League of Their Own. His character's name is Ed Sheeran, okay? And because of that, that does not count. So you cannot put down yesterday. That's a great question, though, Nana. Thank you. That's a great question. Ed Sheeran collaborated on his close friends' albums Red and Redemption. Who is she? There's a clue. Cuts out like half of everybody. So, final question. Ed Sheeran's daughter's middle name is shared by which continent? Which continent? So Ed Sheeran's daughter's middle name is shared by which continent? Nana, Hobbob. So A League of Their Own. No, again, I'm confusing you. I keep on mentioning things, and I probably shouldn't, because I know what I'm thinking. Maybe I'm not communicating this well enough. A League of Their Own is a film that does not feature Ed Sheeran as a character, which means, okay, maybe I could write League of Their Own. But Ed Sheeran, the human, does not play any part in it. It's very possible that he wasn't even alive when that film was made. He is very young. So A League of Their Own, again, is an example of one that doesn't count. Okay? And I'm not going to mention any more, because I think that's just going to confuse things. But you're engaged, you're getting involved, you're earning drops of imaginosphere, and that's great. That's great. And then the musing, Ed Sheeran musing. This one is great. This one is great, guys. So really get the thinking caps on, the imaginospheres buzzing. What is the heaviest thing that you personally own that you would be confident Ed Sheeran could lift for 10 seconds? So he's got to lift it up. He's got to keep it off the ground without help for 10 seconds. Then he can put it down. What's the heaviest thing that you own that you'd be confident that Ed Sheeran could do that for? Okay? A little bit of context to this. Ed Sheeran is 5'8", 172 centimeters, and he weighs 143 pounds or 65 kilos. Okay? So a human being of that size, and he's a young guy. I think he's only like 29 or 30. Okay? What was 5, says Sarah Kilch? I'll get to that in a second. The heaviest thing that you own that you think Ed Sheeran could lift for 10 seconds. He's fairly fit, I would say. He's by no means a bodybuilder. But, he's a young guy. He's in shape. What are you confident that he could lift for 10 seconds that you own? And then question 5 was, his daughter's middle name is shared by which continent? I'm gonna give you some help on this one. Ed Sheeran daughter. Don't anyone else bing this. Don't anybody else bing this, okay? I'm binging it to help you. So his daughter's first name is Lyra, Lyra, then the middle name, which is the name of a continent, then Seaborn Sheeran. Lyra, Seaborn Sheeran, okay? What's that middle name? I've only got one round to go, guys. Gosh, this has gone quickly. Gosh, this has just flown by, hasn't it? You know what that last round is, don't you? Oh, sing it loud. Nart. I wouldn't have enjoyed To Kill a Mockingbird anywhere near as much had Harper Lee not been so knowledgeable about how very warm it is in the southern United States. Artists need to know about the world around them, not just art, okay? And so I present this round about not art, about Nart. Nart. Nana's on the ball. Nana's on the ball as per usual. Well, what's the subject of this NART round? Well, in America, at least, not necessarily around, thank you TB, NART, not necessarily around the rest of the world, but in America certainly, in a couple of days, we're going to be having a very special food time festival. It's a little thing called Thanksgiving. So we're going to learn all about Thanksgiving, or we're going to test you, see how much you already know about Thanksgiving, and hopefully give you a little bit of extra information, because it's a wonderfully interesting festival that, like I say, is pretty localized to the United States. So if you don't live in the United States, there might be some guesswork going on here. Question number 1. Food Time Festival in November. Absolutely, Pepsaw. Food Time Festival in November. Give me that food. It's a festival. Give me the food time. I want a festival. Turkey, and the gravies. Question number 1. The first US Thanksgiving. And now this is a contentious thing. There's some different... Because what is the first Thanksgiving? But at the first Thanksgiving that was called Thanksgiving, the first Thanksgiving that was called Thanksgiving by anybody in the United States, who was being thanked? Who was being thanked? Question number 2. Oh, God, get out of the way. As president, both George Washington and John Adams declared Thanksgiving holidays during their term in office. It wasn't specified when it was. The president had to say, it's going to be this day. Their immediate successor never did, though. He never did. Who was he? Who was the immediate successor? That's what we're finding out here. Question number 3. Name any of the NFL teams that will be playing later this week on Thanksgiving Day. So there's going to be 3 games played on Thursday. Peppersall, are you saying after George or after Adams' presidency? So it was George's presidency, then it was Adams' presidency. They were both like way into Thanksgiving. They said, no, we're going to do it. It's going to be fun. We'll bring some, we'll do a potluck thing. Then the next guy was like, no Thanksgiving. And then they picked it up again afterwards. That's what I'm saying, Peppersall, but that's a great clarifying question. Okay, the third one. I mean, if you want to just, you're taking some of the romance out of the way I said it, but sure. So there's going to be 3 games of football, American football, played on Thursday, on Thanksgiving Day, which means those people don't get to see their families, which is a shame, but then nobody does, and you shouldn't. Name any of those teams. Any of them. Which means if you don't know who, you can have a punt, which they might have to do. A punt's in American football? Maybe. Any one of the teams. Question number 4. Name either of the turkeys that were pardoned today. Gosh! Want to know where this finger is? It's right on the pulse, guys. Right on the pulse. This happened today. And technically one of them won. Yes, one of them was pardoned properly, but then the pardon extends to both of them. Okay? So there's 2 names that we could have here. 2 names. I just need one of them. The guy who got pardoned, or the guy who didn't get pardoned but is kind of going to be pardoned because he's mates with the first one who did get pardoned. Either of those. Can we name the turkey who pardoned them? That is wonderful satire, Killer. That is wonderful political satire, and I do appreciate that. You can name the turkey who pardoned them, but that won't get you the point. Let's say that. I'm not going to stop you writing anything you want, but if you want the point, it's got to be one of the turkeys that were pardoned. And then the final question. Gosh, it goes so quickly. Final question. On what date will Thanksgiving be on in 2021? It changes each year. It's the last Saturday, the fourth Saturday, Thursday in November. That sounds right. So the date changes. The date changes. What's the date of Thanksgiving going to be next year? His lawyer. Gosh, Killer, you are just. Is this the Killer Kilt roast of the president and his lawyer? Terrific. Terrific work. When you're right, you're right. On what date will Thanksgiving be held in 2021? It's probably a better way of wording that, actually. It's annoying that I've worded it like this. And then the final musing, guys, and this one's a doozy. This one's a doozy. This one is a doozy. Turkey roast. Killer, just... You're on a roll. And when you're on a roll, you just got to be on a roll. And that's great. A turkey roll. Beat you to that one. There are not enough Thanksgiving movies, okay? Pitch one. Your pitch may or may not include a title, a one-line plot, summary, a star or stars, and a tagline, okay? I would ideally like it to have at least two of these. A title, a one-line plot summary, a star, and a tagline. Tagline being the little thing that's on the poster underneath the title, okay? Killer, Swiss roll. I don't know, that might be a reference to something I don't understand, but the fact that it's still going brings me joy. Brings me joy, guys. Pitch me a Thanksgiving movie, guys. Give me a net. Give me a summary. Give me a star. Give me a tagline. If you want, you can go for all four. I'm not going to stop you. We're going to get some great movies out of this. I can already tell. I can already feel it in my giblets turkey reference. And there we go. There we go. Guys, you completed all of the questions. You survived them, okay? Well done, you. Let's celebrate.
I asked you some questions, but now the question part is done. Now let's hear some answers and find out who has won, which is everybody.
What was on the background of the jingle there? Someone writing on a Killer, I'm Swiss. That's right. Okay, well, that makes sense then. That makes sense. Joke explained and improved. Wonderful. What was on the background of the jingle there? It was somebody writing on a chalkboard. So here's your free fact about chalk. If you draw a line with chalk around some ants, they won't cross it, because calcium carbonate in chalk will puncture their skin and kill them with dehydration. Hasn't God just made a really weird world? I mean, like, most of the time you're like, bananas fit in my hand, they're really easy to peel and eat. Thanks God, that's absolutely fantastic. You've really thought this one through. But when it comes to chalk, a line of chalk killing ants, one has to wonder, what's all that about, God? Not to criticize, absolutely not to criticize. You're perfect, so you're great. But just, man, I'd love to see some context on that. I'd really love to see some context, you know? Guys, I'm going to do something. With your permission, I'm going to do something. I mean, not with your permission. I'm just, I'm going to run an advert, okay? It's largely just for me to test it and see whether it works and what happens, okay? So bear with me. It's only going to be 60 seconds long, and then we'll get to the answers, okay? Just so we can see what we're doing here. Just so if anything happens. Let's try it. So I can't get that money. Absolutely. Is that doing anything? Oh, it's picture in picture. I see. I see. Oh, okay. So Sarah's not seeing the thing. Sarah's only seeing me. Can you hear me? Killer sees Verizon. Or is that not the advert? Subscribers don't see adverts. Okay. Okay, so this is just like subscriber time. Hey, guys. So Sarah's... Okay. Well, that seemed pretty painless. I see. See, we're learning all together, aren't we? One of the perks of being a sub. I hear you and I see you. Gosh. Okay, good, good. Experiment run. Experiment over. Experiment a success, guys. Experiment a success. Luckily can't hear the ad. But that's great. That's great. It didn't look like it was for anything particularly interesting anyway. The heyday of adverts, of course, has passed, in my humble opinion. Anyway. But yes, I agree with you, Nana. That's a great... maybe it was like a balance patch in a video game. Ants were too strong and needed more viable counterplay. They were OP. Ants were OP, and they needed just, you know, in the same way that Daddy Longlegs, I don't know whether they have them in the US or whether they call them something different. I'm sure the technical name isn't Daddy Longlegs, but they're like kind of spidery things. Have super duper venomous bite to them, but they don't have any teeth. So it's like God gave them the venom and had second thoughts, thought, OP, I'm going to take back the teeth. That's a very good point. I like that, though. Sarah Kilch, I don't think I'm a subscriber, though, am I? I don't know. I think the only ones that I've seen come up are TB and Nana. I don't think... we have Daddy Longlegs. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's something that Americans and Brits can be united on. About how weird they are, that they kind of fly, but not really. Do you want some... Should we get some answers? Let's get some answers. Let's get some answers. We'll work out some subscriber things later. So the musing. First musing. You're in a film, you're sitting in a bar, you're having a drink with your ex. Your character must down the dregs of a glass of whiskey, say a line, and leave the bar. What line does your character say? Get it in the chat, guys. Get it in the chat. That's all I want to see in the chat. Well, we go for some answers. Whiskey was a track from the second album from Loggins and Messina. They called it Loggins and Messina. The first names of Loggins and Messina are Kenny and Chris, respectively. Yay? Nay? Wait, no. Oh, that's annoying. Yeah, no, it's nay. It's nay. Well done. Well done. If you got that correctly. Chris Messina, I believe, is an actor, but it's in fact Kenny Loggins, sure, and Jim Messina. So well done if you got that one correctly. Statement number 2. In Parks and Recreation, Leslie Knope sends Ron Swanson to visit a whiskey distillery in Scotland called Lagavulin. Yay or nay? Yay. No further context. It's a wonderful scene, very heartwarming. If you haven't watched it, you should watch it. Statement number 3. In Lost in Translation, Bill Murray's character is in Tokyo to film a commercial for Hatozaki whiskey, one of the most famous Japanese whiskey brands. Yay or nay? Nay. It is, of course, Suntory whiskey for relaxing times. Make it Suntory times. There we go. If they want to hire me, they can. Balls in their court. Statement number 4. Painting of a bottle of whiskey sold last week for nearly £1 million, which which is even more than $1 million. Just the artist Winston Churchill. Yay or nay? Yay, yay! What a talented fellow he was. What a talented fellow he was. And racist also. And famed Russian composer Igor Stravinsky once said, "My God, so much I like to drink scotch that sometimes I think my name is Igor Strawinsky." Surely he didn't say that. Surely he didn't say that. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Let's just sit on that, shall we? Igor Stravinsky, highly respected, wonderfully talented composer, said, "Flippin' call me Igor Strawinsky." Strawinsky. His brain came up with that, and his mouth just said, "Sure, let's go with that. Let's go with that. Let's not worry about a second draft of that." So 1 point for all of them, for each of them that you got correctly. Well done you if you got all of them correctly. Musings. Let's see what we've got. Killer Kilch. I'm taking the dog. I like that. I'm going to use my apple juice mug to perform some of these, I think. Wait, what was it? Down the dregs of... I'm taking the dog out. Wonderful. I like that a lot. Nana. That's great. Here we go. Sorry, I won't be whiskeying you away this time. Out. That's great. Sarah Kilch going for more simple, slightly more... I'm picturing this in kind of Clueless. You know, the film Clueless, which often gets referenced on this show, weirdly. Ew. Out. Definitely goes with... Never mind. I don't need my stuff back. Burn it all. That's great. That's great. That really fits in with the punk rock aesthetic that I get from you. Definitely, that's great. Pepper Saw. And now, I don't know whether you self-censored there, and well done if you have, but I'm not sure what I'm going to be able to do. I'm going to say person, but know that when I say person, Pepper Saw has put in 4 asterisks to mean that he's cursing, okay? Enjoy your cliff... Oh, fart? Oh, we can say fart. That's fine. Fart's fine. I think fart doesn't... Maybe I'll have to turn down the sensitivity of the thing. Okay. Enjoy your Cliff White chocolate macadamia nut bar, you heartless fart. Heartless fart has a wonderful assonance to it. Well done, Pepper Saw. That's great. TB. Let's see what TB's got. Grow up. You were never good enough for me. Ouch, TB. Ouch, TB. Gosh. Hate to be somebody who ever broke up with you. Wow. These are all great though, guys. I would watch every single one of these films. You heartless fart. It just sounds nice, doesn't it? It's got a lovely mouth feel. You heartless fart. Wonderful. Wonderful. Well done, guys. Points all round. Points all round. Let's get to the lyrics round, shall we? The musing. I've been waiting for it. Complete this lyric. You know I love you, baby. No one loves you more than I. Get them in the chat. Number 1. I look at you all. See the love there that's sleeping. Still my guitar gently. Sarah Kilch, there's a lot coming out here. Is everyone okay? Yeah, there's a lot of emotionality, which is exactly what I expect from you guys. You bring it and you bring it hard, and I respect the crud out of that. While my guitar gently weeps, a wonderful song, wonderful lyrics. Lyric number 2. He say, I know you, you know me. One thing I can tell you is you got to be free. So come together, right now. Hum-ba-da-dum, over me. Well done if you got that one right. For though they may be parted, there's still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer. Let it be. Well done if you got that one right. Heartfelt. Paul singing from the heart there. You can hear it. You can hear it. It's dripping in every line. And when I touch you, I feel happy inside. It's such a feeling that my love, I can't hide, I can't hide, I can't hide. I want to hold your hand. I want to hold your hand. Back when love songs just had a bit of class to them. A bit of class. I want to hold your hand. How wonderful and chaste and just innocent and lovely. Heartfelt. Are you listening, Rihanna? Found my way downstairs and drank a cup. And looking up, I noticed I was late. It is, of course, a day in the life. A day in the life that I can't sing that lyric because I don't believe that lyric actually appears in the song. Well done if you got any of those right or all of those right. There's some pretty tricky ones, I think. I think the lyrics round is always surprisingly tricky. So well done if you did well on that one. What's in the music, though? Oh. You know I love you, baby. No one loves you more than I. Let's go share some pizza pie. Wow! Definitely not Duda. Pizza pie. Yeah. Yeah, let's share some pizza pie. That's great. You know I love you, baby. No one loves you more than I. You mean so much to me. Here's a French fry. Sharing food. Sharing food. Outside of a pandemic, just a terrifically romantic thing to do, Nana. A terrifically romantic thing to do. That's wonderful. I mean, and also singular French fry. Let's not go nuts. Have one French fry. That's good. You know I love you, baby. No one loves you more than I. She said I was with her. That's something I deny. So we're getting infidelity in there, Sarah Kilch. Infidelity. Oh, it's just there's delicious drama going on there. That's terrific. You know I love you, baby. No one loves you more than I. You bewitched me long ago. That night in Versailles. We're building backstory, says TB. TB's bringing in a backstory in Versailles. Classy. That is classy. And use of the word bewitched, 10 on 10. That's wonderful. You know I love you, baby. No one loves you more than I. Except your husband, Bob. He understandably loves you more in the more than friend sort of way that I don't feel with you. Peppersaw, really. It's great. It's great. And it really takes all of the romance out of it. It wasn't what I was intending. It wasn't where I imagined this would go. And that's why I love it. It just takes it, turns it on its head. Love it. You know I love you, baby. No one loves you more than I, except when the sun is out. That's when it's all about I. Killer, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. It's a very bold lyricist that rhymes I with I, and you've done it, and you've said to the world, tell me this is wrong. I dare you. Tell me this is wrong. When the lyrics are this good, it can't be wrong. How can it be wrong when it feels so right? Guys, every time, if we were playing baseball, you'd have knocked it out of the park. Points all round. Points all round, guys. Look close. What have we got? Musing. Who is your favourite famous person 60 and above? Your favourite famous person 60 and above. Okay? Your favourite famous person 60 and above. Get it in the chat. Get it in the chat. What group does Not Me say all Sagittarians belong to? It is, of course, the Sagittarian Brotherhood, which is a wonderful, wonderful group. Lots of lovely people in there. Lots of fine people on all sides there. How does Not Me use drugs in his work? As themes. As themes. Number 3, what planet is referenced by Not Me? Mars. Mars. The most delicious sounding of all the planets as well. Question number 4, what might happen to your former flame if you shun them? You might bring them to tears. And as Not Me says, especially from some of those lines that we had for the musing in the first round, I think some of you would be pretty happy about that, bringing your ex to tears, your former flames. Deliciously heartless. I love it. I love it. I love it. And what is the lucky beverage? It is soup. Soup counts. Soup counts as a beverage. Well done if you did well on that one. I think the look close rounds tend to be fairly easy, but that's why we put it in the middle. Just a nice kind of, okay, just need to pay attention for a few minutes and then I'll get all the questions right. Well done, guys. Who is your favorite famous person? Which is difficult to say if you're saying it quickly. 60 and above. Who have we got? Peppersaw. Willem Dafoe. How old is Willem Dafoe? Is he over 60? Gosh. Willem Dafoe is 65. Good gracious. Ageless, isn't he? In that he's kind of always been a bit old. Sarah Kilch, Dame Judi Dench. A faultless choice there. Faultless, that's wonderful. Nana goes with Patrick Stewart. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Just a gravity. And with all of these oldsters, you're getting this just a sense of gravity with them. Gravitas, which is just a fancier way of saying gravity. Wonderful stuff. Killer says the Helen Mirren. I like that. I like that a lot. She's got a level of class about her, even though in her younger days, was in some pretty sexy films, which would normally, destroy the careers of people if they're, bearing their flesh all over the place. Mirren makes it work. And Mirren says, yeah, I've got this stuff in the past, sure, but look at me right now. Look at me right now. Watch me in Red, and to a lesser extent, Red 2. I've got a sniper rifle, guys. I'm Helen Mirren. John Waters says definitely. John Waters, that's a great shout. A man who has remained, again, I think, ageless. John Waters. Remaining kind of ageless and with his sensibilities staying in that same kind of crude level. I like it. And one of the finest, most chilling moustaches in all of entertainment. T.B. Douglas, Hugh Laurie. Hugh Laurie's not over 60. Hugh Laurie's not over 60. 61, he is. In House mainly, but also in all the things. Yeah, he's great in House. Because in House, he knows what he's doing. But he's going to wind you up while he gets there, right? He's acerbic. But, deep down, he's a good guy. Jeeves and Wooster definitely comes in with Jeeves and Wooster as well, yes. Absolutely, got to be specific. Serial Mom, still one of my favourites ever. Yes, well done. A bit of John Waters. Gosh, everyone's just bonding now. This is wonderful. It was just friends, just hanging out. Just wanted to freak you guys out a little, if I could. Favourite famous person 60 and above. Here's just a few people who turned 60 this year. 60 years old, okay? Number 1, RuPaul. Number 2, Jane Lynch, 60 years old. Colin Firth, 60 years old. Bono, 60 years old. Hugh Grant, 60 years old. Antonio Banderas, 60 years old. Bradley Walsh, for the UK people there, 60 years old. Julianne Moore, I think, is going to be turning 60. I think she's 59 now, but before the end of the year. Sean Penn, Stanley Tucci, Damon Wayans, Nigella Lawson, James Spader, Tilda Swinton, Gary Lineker, Scott Baio, Jonathan Ross. All of these people are 60 years old. Prince Andrew. Sour the tone, not me. Don't sour the tone. 60 is the new 30, clearly, absolutely. They've still got a lot to offer. God bless them. RT Spotlight, the Tooch. 60-year-old Tooch. Was, of course, Ed Sheeran. The musing, what is the heaviest thing that you personally own that you would be confident Ed Sheeran could lift for 10 seconds? Get it in the chat, please, while we go through these answers nice and quickly. One of Ed Sheeran's biggest 2011 songs shares its name with an iconic 80s American action TV show. What is it? It is, of course, The A-Team. The song is not about the TV show The A-Team. It's about drug stuff. So, pretty different vibe. What is the intended pronunciation of Ed Sheeran's second album? That. It is, of course, Multiply. Well done if you got that. Well done if you got that. Not easy. Name any film or TV project in which Ed Sheeran has performed as a character. Not Yesterday. Not A League of Their Own. But The Bastard Executioner. It's the title of a thing, so I have to say it. Home and Away. The Australian soap. The Simpsons did a voice in that. Game of Thrones. Modern Love. Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. He was uncredited in that, but he was playing one of the white chaps, the Stormtroopers. So well done if you got any of those. There's not that many of them. There's, 6? So well done if you got any of those. Ed Sheeran collaborated on his close friends' albums Red and Redemption. Who is she? She is Taylor Swift. A very popular artiste at the moment, apparently. Ed Sheeran's daughter's middle name is shared by which continent? It is Lyra Antarctica. So, again, difficult to guess, even though there's only 6 continents. Difficult one to guess. Well done if you got any of those right. Sarah Kilch, I hope you absolutely stormed that one. What is the heaviest thing that you personally own that you would be confident Ed Sheeran could lift for 10 seconds? Sarah Kilch says, my cat. Killer says, my 16-pound cat, and he'd sweat. Wow. 2 cat choices straight off the bat. Nana says, a 22-watt tube guitar amp. That sounds pretty heavy. So a little bit more confidence, I believe, in Ed Sheeran's weightlifting abilities from Nana than from either of the Kilches. Definitely says our stationary exercise bike. Yeah, that's good. Awkward unless you can really get underneath it, which is probably beneficial because then it forces you to go from the legs and not the back. Peppersaw himself taking it out of my house. I'm not sure how he would be able to, unless it was in kind of like a chin-up type situation. Could be a chin-up type situation, but again, how would he chin up himself out of your house? It's a conceptual answer, Peppersaw, and I like it. TB seems a bit weedy to me. Harsh. 8-pound dumbbells. So plural. 2 8s make 16. So you and Killer got a pretty similar understanding of how strong you think he is. Pepsaw, what was 2? 2 is multiply. Gosh, you guys, you helping it all out. Nana says that's 2. Good. Yeah. I don't know. I think I've maybe got a bit more faith in him. Maybe got a bit more faith in him than you guys. Maybe a table. I mean, he's only lifting it for 10 seconds, guys. He's only lifting it for 10 seconds. I'm going to say a table. I'm going to say a table. I think he's strong too. Thanks, Lucy. Thanks, Lucy. Well done, guys. Points all round. Points all round. You've thought about it. It's been conceptual, and you've really... Yeah, that's great. That's great work. Nart! Let's see what the Nart musing is. There are not enough Thanksgiving movies. Pitch one. Your pitch may or may not include a title, a one-line plot summation, a star, and a tagline. Get 'em in a chat. Question one. At the first US Thanksgiving, who was being thanked? It was God. I'm going to read this just in case there's any whinging about that. This is in 1619. The 1619 arrival of 38 English settlers at Berkeley Hundred in Charles City County, Virginia, concluded with a religious celebration as dictated by the group's charter from the London Company, which specifically required, quote, that the day of our ship's arrival at the place assigned, ... in the land of Virginia shall be yearly and perpetually kept holy as a day of thanksgiving to Almighty God. And I think we can all get on board with that. Thanks, God. Again, what's up with the ants, though, and the chalk? I'll take my question off the air. So well done if you got that one right. Question number 2 is President both George Washington and John Adams declared Thanksgiving holidays during their term in office, but their immediate successor never did. Who was he? As some of you, as Pepper saw, extracted from me, thus eliminating the kind of Thanksgiving element, eliminating, like I say, a lot of the romance from it. The question is essentially, who is the third president of the United States? It was Thomas Jefferson. It was Thomas Jefferson. So well done if you got that one right. Especially if you're not American. Name any of the NFL teams that will be playing later this week on Thanksgiving Day. Got a choice of 6. The Houston Texans, the Detroit Lions, the Washington Football Team, the Dallas Cowboys, the Baltimore Ravens, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Any of those will get you the point. Washington Football Team, of course, as a name, the only one that can make the Houston Texans seem like it's pretty creative. Name either of the turkeys that were pardoned today. They were Cobb and Corn. Cobb and Corn. Got either of those? You get a point. Well done. And then the final question. What date will Thanksgiving be on in 2021? November the 25th. Generally kind of just walks itself back a day. Down to a certain point and then it goes back. But yeah, November 25th next year. So well done if you got any points on that. Because I think some of those are pretty tricky, especially if you're not American. You're not going to get any extra actual points, but if you got any of those right and you're not American, you get some swagger. You get some swagger, so well done. Musing. Oh, look at all of this musing. Woo! Everybody's writing these paragraphs, baby. I love it. Definitely not due to title. Blanche ate turkey. Star Meryl Streep. Tagline. Are you really what you eat? Ooh, so that puts it in kind of a horror-y kind of territory. I'd love to see Meryl Streep in a horror. Has that ever happened? Not that springs to mind. I mean, I was pretty freaked out by some of Death Becomes Her, but not necessarily sure it could be accurately described as a horror. But that's great. That's great. I like that a lot. I mean, anything with Meryl Streep's going to be great. So, Sarah Kilch, A Meal to Remember. I like that. A man with Alzheimer's has a moment of lucidity and is able to spend the holiday with his family, starring Colin Firth. Well, we found out that he's 60 now, so that's plausible. But that's man with Alzheimer's, a moment of lucidity. I mean, that's... That's lovely. Yeah, that's lovely. Nana, cold turkey. Kevin Hart, I love it already, has to quit smoking while visiting his fiance's family for Thanksgiving. Oh, that's going to be tricky. His soon-to-be brother-in-law, played by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Gives him a hard time. Yeah, he does. They have a wonderfully antagonistic relationship. Because one of them's really big, the other one really small. I mean, if I saw a trailer for that, if I saw that had been commissioned tomorrow, that wouldn't surprise me. That's great. Cold turkey. Yeah. Peppersaw, the spirit of Thanksgiving, takes up arms against the encroachment of Christmas, possessing turkeys to attack Black Friday sales and mall Santas before the month of December. Ooh, kind of apocalyptic. Some kind of John Carpenter-esque, conceptual. Yeah, the spirit of Thanksgiving. Says, hey, get out of here, Christmas. December the 1st, yeah? 1st of December, have at it. Do what you will. But just give me November. Give me November. I'm with you. And because then it's one of those ones where it's like, these guys are, destroying everything. But I kind of believe them. I kind of believe in the cause. Great. Turkey down. It's Thanksgiving Day. Buff but not threatening Ryan Reynolds, great casting, wakes up to a world taken over by turkeys. He could pull it off, couldn't he, Ryan? He'd make you believe. He has 24 hours to pardon 10,000 turkeys or the world gets covered in gravy. Can he do it? That's an emotional one. I don't know why that's getting me so emotional, but I mean, I believe he could do it. And I tell you what, I would love watching him do it. That's great, Killer. That's lovely. TB Douglas, Fall Food Festival, the 3 Fs. When good food turns bad, a woman has to escape her terrible cooking which has come to life, starring Anna Kendrick. This is like this episode come to life, TB. What I love about this is it shows that you've been paying attention. That's really good. Anna Kendrick, again, I'm watching anything with her in it. Escape her terrible cooking, which has come to life. So is this animated? Is this kind of a Roger Rabbit style? There's some animated, but she's in that like Space Jam, or is it like an animated Anna Kendrick, or is it all practical? It could be marionettes and prosthetics and stuff, like an American Werewolf in London or something. Yeah, that's great. Sent some Oscar buzz. Yeah, Colin, I think he's already got one, hasn't he? But he's after a number 2. He's after number 2 for that. Alzheimer's. Anything with Alzheimer's. Julianne Moore. Again, another 60. Sponsored by Amazon Studios for Peppersaw's one. Yeah, I think they'd be on board with that. I mean, they've got more money than sense. They do whatever. Be funny because Amazon benefits a lot from Cyber Monday, early Black Friday deals. Yeah. So it's like, it's them saying, hey guys, we don't necessarily condone this. We're telling you not to do Black Friday. We're telling you not to do Cyber Monday. Also, we don't really pay that much tax, so we're kind of the bad guys anyway. But you're still going to do it, aren't you? You're still going to look for those bargains. That's the confidence that they have. TB, it's exactly like Space Jam. Horror Space Jam. Yeah. Definitely would love to see it. I would love to see it. If I could, next year, guys, if we could just make sure that all of those are made, we're going to have a heck of a fall food festival, aren't we? Wonderful stuff. Which means, of course, points all round, that you have all the points that you are going to have over the course of the thing. So there we go. Whilst you tot up your scores, I want to remind you that in this quiz, aside from the yay or nay subject choice, you're only competing against yourself, okay? There's no point threshold to being smart. If you have got all the questions right that you realistically could have been expected to get, you are smart. And also, if you are watching this on YouTube, after the fact, because I can't stream to YouTube anymore because I'm a Twitch affiliate, and they got me by the short and curlies there, guys. They're just not letting me. But I'll post it on YouTube afterwards. If you are watching on YouTube, obviously click the like button. Let's not beat about the bush here. But make sure you write down your score and your amusing answers in the comments below, because I would love to hear how you did. Okay? Cheers. What have we got? Pepper sauce, 17. That's a great score. So great, in fact, that Killer has it as well. 17. Well done, you. Nana goes to 21. Well done. Definitely not Duda. 19. Well done. TB goes for a 20. Well done. I am quite pleased with these scores because I felt like you were all getting too. I felt like I needed to up the intellectual rigor, and I think I've done that. Which means, of course, Nana Hobbob, Sarah Kilch. What do you got, Sarah? I'm waiting for Sarah. We're already at 7:36, and I don't care if we need to wait all night. But maybe whilst we're waiting, obviously upcoming this on Sunday is the Most Week show. Your girl got 14. That's a great showing, Sarah. That's a great showing. Well done, you. Which means that Nana Hobbob is the high point scorer, which means that you get to decide what next week's yay or nay round is all about. So well done, you. That's a great achievement. Whilst you're deciding, I'm going to show you a prompt video this week. Upcoming on the Most Week show is a SnapQuest week. But what is the SnapQuest word? I mean, I've already told you this, so this should just be a reminder. You should have been working on them for a long time, okay? But let's see what we've got.
SnapQuest is almost nigh a test for your creative eye. You simply must give it a try, and this week's prompt is...
The point here is to get really creative with the prompt. Now, obviously, the photo is going to be of something old, but what context is that oldness? Is that good old, like music, or is it bad old, like old people? Ugh. Or is it just a photo of your most tiresome friend, Gavin? Because Gavin, honestly, your ignorance is getting old, yeah? It's getting real old. Get sassy with it. Yeah, I don't care. If you don't tell Gavin, I'm not going to either.
So there we go. Take a picture. Inspired by old. Email it to iamsmart@gmail.com. Here's a picture of a shrew. And then we'll enjoy them on Sunday. Nana has selected the Westminster Dog Show. So if you don't know anything about the Westminster Dog Show, you're going to have to learn some by next week. Because the Yay or Nay round is going to be all about the Westminster Dog Show. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for... and you know, this is a milestone. Episode 20. Thank you so much for watching week in and week out. Get with the program, Gavin. It's hurtful. It's not even my name. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I enjoy doing these quizzes very, very much, and I hope you enjoy watching them. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned a little something. I hope you felt creative all at the same time, okay? All at the same time. I am not me. I am art. Well done for sitting through the advert, or for the subscribers, those who didn't. And I hope that you'll join me next week, same time, same place, for another opportunity to say to yourself, yeah, I am smart. Cheers. Farewell, Smarties. Until next time.
So there we go, and well done you, whatever your score might be. I definitely think that you are smart, though Rob's not as smart as me. Your art will be better, trust me on this, should be nothing short of sublime. That's why you learn, and don't stop now, I'll see you right here next time. I am smart,